Barisan Nasional set to recapture Pulau Pinang in the 14th general election. Promiscuous sex, new cause of HIV/AIDS transmission in the country. Good evening. Thanks for watching. You are with us with News on 2, the evening edition. I'm Annette Christie. DAP has finally agreed to comply with the orders received on July 17 from the Registrar of Society, ROS, to hold the party's 2013 Central Executive Committee, CEC, re-election today. The re-elections was mandated by ROS after it rejected the outcome of the original elections on December 12, 2012 and September 29, 2013 due to irregularities. DAP's re-election now will be handled by an independent audit firm, Grant Thornton, which will act as the election managerial officer. A total of 1,356 delegates were eligible to cast their votes in the re-election, which involved 62 candidates for 20 seats in the CEC. The time has come for Gerakan and Barisan Nasional to recapture Pulau Pinang. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said that although the 12th and 13th general election, GE, saw BN pushed and tested, it never relented, but has strengthened its machinery to face GE14 with more vigour. Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid also believed that the current political pendulum in Pulau Pinang has swung back and that the GE14 will be the time for the BN component parties to make a comeback.
Kerajaan Barisan Nasional buta warna di dalam memberikan pertolongan bantuan kepada mereka. Lihat Perdana Menteri sendiri turun. Walaupun kita tahu negeri itu diperintah oleh parti lain, tetapi atas rasa kemanusiaan dan kepedulian serta pertanggungjawaban, Perdana Menteri tetap turun. Artinya kerajaan prihatin. Kerajaan peduli.
He said this when opening Gerakan's 46th National Delegates Conference at Menara PGRM in Kuala Lumpur today. He said the party can win big and even wrest Pulau Pinang from Pakatan Harapan if its members work hard. Politics aside, Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said that the floods in Pulau Pinang saw everyone, regardless of political belief, coming together to help victims, which is a good sign of harmony in the country. Deputy Minister of Health, Datuk Seri Hilmi Yahya, said professionals are the largest contributor to the increase of the HIV and AIDS pandemic through random sex activities. He added that 3,000 new cases of HIV and AIDS are recorded yearly, with a total of almost 1,000 deaths.
Yeah. Surprisingly, banyak kes yang seks man-to-man terlibat dengan mereka yang profesional, bidang profesional.
Datuk Seri Hilmi said this after launching the Pulau Pinang World AIDS celebration in Balik Pulau, Pulau Pinang. He said a total of 108,519 HIV and AIDS cases were recorded in the country since 1986 until last year, with Selangor recording the highest number of cases, which is 26% of the cumulative amount. Of the cumulative amount, 62.86% of cases are caused by drug users who share injection needles, while 27.96% are through sexual intercourse, while the rest is through mother-to-child infections. The Home Ministry is disappointed with preacher Dr. Zamihan Madsin Al-Ghari, who has repeatedly challenged the royal and religious institutions. Deputy Home Minister Datuk Nur Jazlan Muhammad said he took things further by criticising Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak concerning the King Salman Centre for International Peace in a new viral video clip.
Jadi saya minta Ustaz Zamin untuk berhenti daripada bercakap, berfikir dulu sebelum bercakap. Dan jangan lagi mensensasikan keadaan yang sekarang ini agak tegang. Tambah lagi dengan masalah yang berlaku di Saudi, tambah lagi dengan masalah yang berlaku di Lebanon, ya, masalah yang berlaku dengan ISIS ni, dengan Daesh.
Datuk Nur Jazlan said Dr. Zamihan, who was described by the Deputy Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, as an asset in the country's de-radicalisation program, has been advised and warned against making controversial statements, given that he is a civil servant. He is also being investigated for sedition after he criticised the Sultan of Johor for barring a Muslims-only laundrette from operating in the state. A number of technical matters regarding the hiring of Cambodian maids without an agent need to be settled first before being implemented in Malaysia. Malaysia Ambassador to Cambodia, Dr. Sri Hassan Malik, said among them was the provision of training, salary approval and validation and approval of the national authorities in allowing the implementation of the re-employment program, which stalled in 2011. According to Datuk Sri Hassan, the governments of both countries are currently in the process of resolving the problem and the technical issues, which is expected to be completed soon. In 2011, the Cambodian government banned its citizens working as maids in Malaysia following reports of some employers abusing maids in the country. But in late 2015, Malaysia and Cambodia signed a memorandum of understanding to resume sending maids to Malaysia, which is expected to commence in January. In the 2018 budget recently, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak said the government was giving employers the option to recruit foreign domestic workers directly from 9 source countries without going through an agent due to the heavy costs incurred by households for the employment of foreign maids. Over 80,000 aspirations or ideas were received from various quarters during the previous National Transformation 2050 TN50 dialogues held since January this year. Chief Secretary to the Government, Tan Sri Dr. Ali Hamzah, said all the aspirations were received from around 2 million people from various sectors, including the civil servants. Tan Sri Dr. Ali said most of the ideas were issues connected to education, welfare issues such as home ownerships, integrity and corruption, and future schemes for the civil servants.
Ada juga yang minta, kalau boleh, ramai yang minta pendidikan itu percuma sehingga peringkat universiti, mungkin peringkat sekolah, tapi peringkat universiti negara maju pun tak buat. Tapi kita akan ambil kira semua ni, pasal ni adalah hasil dapatan daripada atau aspirasi daripada rakyat.
Tan Sri Dr. Ali said this after the TN50 dialogue session together with over 2,700 civil servants at Iskandar Puteri Johor. The session was also attended by the State Secretary, Dato' Azmi Rohani. The Kedah government today announced a special payment of 2,000 ringgit for the state's civil servants, which entails an allocation of 14 million ringgit. Its Menteri Besar, Datuk Sri Ahmad Bashar Ahmad Hanipa, when tabling the state's budget for 2018 in the Kedah State Assembly, said the payment will be made in 2 stages, 1,000 ringgit in December and 1,000 ringgit before Aidilfitri next year. Datuk Sri Ahmad Bashar said the payment was in appreciation of the contributions of the 6,000 civil servants in the state. The Menteri Besar further announced a slew of other incentives and assistance for the people, among them general assistance for recipients of aid from the Welfare Department to be raised from 150 to 200 ringgit, which involves 4,000 recipients, entailing an allocation of 2.5 million ringgit. He added that the incentive for Kampung and Kelas Asas Fardu Ain Kafah teachers would be raised to 600 ringgit as compared to 450 ringgit currently. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Ahmad Bashar also announced that from January next year, the state government would pay in full water bills for domestic users who use 20 cubic meters or lower a month.
Ini memberi manfaat kepada 221,000 akaun pengguna dengan kos tanggungan kerajaan negeri untuk dibayar kepada SADA secara proratanya berjumlah 1.5 juta ringgit sebulan atau 18 juta ringgit setahun.
Datuk Sri Ahmad Bashar said that the move taken by the state government and Syarikat Air Darul Aman Berhad Sada in reappointing Post Malaysia as a billing agent from October 19th has managed to save cost on consumer bills totalling 390,000 ringgit a month. He said SADA only has to pay commission to Post Malaysia of 90,000 ringgit to handle payments of over 100,000 consumer accounts, or 20% of the total 579,000 SADA customer accounts. 1,400 residents in Rao can now enjoy more convenient communication services following the construction of 3 communication towers in Kampung Jenud, Kampung Sungai Rambai and Kampung Sengkala. The provision of the communication services is done through the Menghubung Menyatu program implemented by the Communications and Multimedia Ministry, KKMM, under the National Blue Ocean Strategy, NBOS. Assistant Secretary of the Communication Technology Division, KKMM, David Robin, said that the program will enable rural people to enjoy the convenience of internet access, besides having the opportunity to generate income online. He added that the development of the telecommunications towers is implemented based on the essential elements and objectives of digitalizing the community. He said this at the launch of the Menghubung Menyatu program by the Batu Talam Assemblyman, Dato' Abdul Aziz Mat Kiram, at the Sekolah Kebangsaan Kuala Atok in Rao. At the event, 11 lucky people received a television contribution each from KKMM, while 61 essential items were distributed to the poor. Now, driver distraction caused by mobile phone usage has become a major reason for most road accidents. According to the Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research, MIROS chairman Tan Sri Lee Lam Thai, the driver's attention level will be at a low level when using the mobile phone while driving. Commenting on MIROS' study among 300 respondents in the Klang Valley last year, Tan Sri Lee said 53% of drivers usually typed text messages while driving and 61.7% made calls and answered them while driving.
Yang pertama, 43.4% pemandu di Lembah Kelang menggunakan telefon bimbit ketika memandu.
Tan Sri Lee was speaking after flagging off the Road Safety Run, or ROS Run 2017, in Putrajaya today. The program, themed Be Alert, Be Safe, is to create road safety awareness among the people, is in conjunction with MIROS' 10th anniversary. A newborn baby boy who was left in the cold for 4 hours was found covered in a piece of batik cloth at the Kampung RTP Lebu bus station in Bentong Pahang early this morning. The baby, with his umbilical cord still attached, was found by a villager who was going out for breakfast at around 7 a.m. The baby was taken to a nearby health clinic for treatment. Early treatment found traces of ant bites on his forehead and chin. Bentong Acting Police Chief Deputy Superintendent Zainuddin Abdul Hamid said the baby was in stable condition and has been sent to the Hospital Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, HOSHAH, in Temelloh Pahang for further monitoring. He said that the case is being investigated under Section 317 of the Penal Code for abandoning a child below the age of 12. Police are requesting members of the public to come forward should they have any information on the matter. ASEAN signs Free Trade Investment Pact with Hong Kong. With us, the hotel industry is under the spotlight over complaints that some female employees are not allowed to wear headscarves while at work. As a result, some employees have no choice but to remove their headscarf during work before putting it back on after work. Puteri UMNO Chief Datuk Mas Ermiyati Samsudin said the ban is discriminatory and unnecessary, questioning the need for such restrictions in Muslim-majority Malaysia.
Saya sebagai Ketua Puteri UMNO Malaysia harusnya berasa tidak setuju dengan apa garis panduan, sebab peringkat garis panduan yang diberikan pada saya di peringkat antarabangsa tidak ada pun meletak harus bertudung. SOP ini tidak ada. Jadi sebagai majikan di Malaysia yang mana dalam perlembagaan kita juga meletakkan bahawa kebebasan beragama itu menjadi tunjang dan juga perlu dihormati.
Datuk Mas Ermiyati, who is also Deputy Minister of Tourism and Culture, was commenting on a statement by the Malaysian Association of Hotels on the policy which has been practiced in international hotel chains for a long time. She was met after the mobilization of Pahang Puteri UMNO's 14th General Election party machinery officiated by State UMNO Liaison Chairman Datuk Sri Adnan Yaakob at Wisma Sri Pahang, Kuantan. Concludes this evening's news on 2 in our top story. Barisan Nasional set to recapture Pulau Pinang in the 14th General Election. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. I'm Annette Christie. Stay tuned to TV2. Good night.